Hey guys, what's going on? Joe Parys here. In this video, I'm actually going to edit one of my vlogs with you on Final Cut Pro. This is going to be quite the process, but I wanted to just share with you my process here because not only is it important to see how to edit, because I'm going to share with you all of that, but also just kind of get inside my head a little bit and show you why I'm putting which clips with which clips, what music, why I'm choosing that music. There's just so many different elements that goes into editing, and I wanted to share that with you. So the first thing that you want to do here is you want to upload all of your footage into a few folders or one folder. So this is my Miami trip, and I'm pretty excited to edit this because we got some pretty awesome footage here. And the first thing you want to do is import your footage. So you can see I've already imported a lot of it, but I'm going to import some more. So here's some more footage. All you would do if you're using Final Cut Pro is you click on this little down arrow. It'll bring you to something like this, and then from there you want to find your footage. So here's mine, Miami plus drone, and then all I have to import is my last day. So I'm going to go ahead, click everything, and then click import all. Now once that happens, you'll see that on Final Cut, it'll take some time here to import this, not too long. This is the nice thing about Final Cut Pro compared to some of the other editing softwares, is it moves really pretty quickly. But to be fair, I do have a really high-end MacBook Pro, like with all the specs. Like I literally spent a lot of money on getting this to work so that it would render this quickly, so I can start editing. So this is important, especially when you're dealing with these high-quality bigger files, right? Like these files are they're very heavy. So now that we have all of our footage imported, you have to start thinking about what story you're telling people. So only you will kind of know this because you actually are creating the vlog. But for me, the story that I want to tell is, okay, we're starting in Chicago, we're going to Miami. So if I were to go back here, the first clip is going to be the plane, right? So we're going to do the takeoff, and we're going to speed this up a little bit. That way it's not like crazy, but we're going to sync this all together. So I'm thinking right now, this is looking like a really good, solid start for a first clip, okay? And from here now, my thought process is for the first about 15 to 20 seconds of our video, it's going to go from where we are in Chicago to Miami. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to need some music, right? I want some cinematic, kind of slow motion, kind of like music to kind of go along, some peppy vibe, music. So how you add music on Final Cut Pro is you click on the little music bar here, you go into your iTunes, and then you can, click and drag some music and test which music you think is going to work best. Now, I've selected a few that I just have downloaded, and here they are. These are some of the ones that I have downloaded. But again, you can get these from No Copyright Sounds, No Copyright Music. If you're using on YouTube, if you're trying to do anything else with this off of YouTube, I highly recommend that you either reach out to them or you don't use it. But for YouTube, you should be good to go as long as you put in and you follow their rules. Again, just to say I'm not liable for anything that happens, and just make sure you're smart about what you're doing. But let's say I wanted this one, right? This, Damon Apiro one. So all I would do is search this out, and here's the sound. Okay, so I could click and drag this down, and now if I were to play this, and I'll turn this up so you guys can hear this a little bit. The audio is not going to be the greatest since it's going to come through the microphone, but it should be good enough. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm already hearing that, right? So let's just get rid of this. So I'm going to move this and click and drag this so it actually starts like right away. So it'll start like this. Here, listen to this. So it's like whenever I'm doing the cinematic stuff, this is important to kind of explain, is you want to be using the beat. Once it hits a certain beat, that's when you're going to cut the clip, because you want to put a bunch of different clips together in a pretty quick manner, right? People want to go from one thing to another. They don't want to see, us on the runway for 30 seconds. Like, that's boring, right? That would just bore me. So And here's the thing too, what I'm doing is there's a lot of guess and check when it comes to putting your vlog together. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of, okay, did that sound good? I don't know. Should I try this clip? Okay, I don't know. So my process is very organic. Like, I have an understanding and game plan of what I want to have happen, but then as the creation process is actually happening, as you're seeing here, I'm open to being flexible because, you know, I have so many different clips I can work with here. It's insane. So for me to try to like be stuck to, no, it's just this clip, right? Like this one just has to work. It doesn't have to be that way. And you can mix and match and play around. And that's what makes this, honestly, in my opinion, so fun. This is why I actually really love editing. It's super tedious at times. But when I'm editing this, it goes by so fast. And like, I don't even feel like, you know, I'm really working on this. So let me give you an example of that. I'm gonna have to go back and forth with turning this on and off because I have the skim on, and I like the skim on because then I can hear everything too. So let me give you an example here. Let's try this out. So like right there, I would clip this and go to another clip. So let's turn that up. Boom, right there, right? So if I zoom in on this, and as I'm zooming in, I'm just doing some basic keyboard commands here. I can now see the wavelengths of the video, I'm sorry, of the audio, and when to cut it. So looks like right there, boom, right? So this is where I'm going to cut this, okay, right about that spot. It doesn't have to be perfect, but right about there. And then I'm gonna go to another spot, another clip. So this one, like we're starting to turn in now, right? So this is a great clip to use. We can just drag all this all the way down so that there's no music there. But do you see how we turned there? It's like, boom, there's the turn, and it gives us a different perspective and angle, right? And then like the next beat drop, we're going to turn right into the runway. So I gotta find now the exact spot that I like here in this clip. So I'm kind of liking here-ish. So I'm going to blade tool this, which means just kind of cut that part. I'm going to grab this and just delete it. So now let's try this. Boom. This is where I would cut it again. And again, I might tweak this even more, but this is the basic idea. Boom. Then to the next part. So like here we are taking off, right? So let's try that. And then what I might do here for the takeoff is like speed this up. All right, so that'd be really cool. It's like pow, right? Like slower. Bam, here we go, right? We're taking off. So I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna click this little gear here, and then I go to fast, right? So I'm gonna go like 4 times fast. And yeah, I can customize this, but let's just see how that looks. Okay, so that's cool. I don't mind the speed, but let's try a different speed. Let's try, and again, if you click on this, you can go to fast. You can just do the times, or you can customize it. So if I click on customize here, I'll pop this up. Let's do speed rate. Let's do like 550, right? And just click enter, and let's see how that looks. That's starting to get up there. Like that, okay, that's actually sounding and looking kind of cool. Like there's some, it's getting there, right? I think I would clip this at some point though, like, because we don't need to see the whole takeoff there. Like there, maybe then we're in the air. So I'm gonna cut this down a little bit. So like right there, I kind of want to be like up in the air on that beat. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit more. And this is the process, guys. Like it just takes some time to kind of go through this. Right? So like we're kind of building up to something. Like you can hear the sound here. We're building up to this like beat drop. So bang, like that's probably a good time to, you know, change a clip, right? Like, so I almost want like take off and then another clip and then another couple clips, because I know that we got more stuff coming on here and I want to be landing and like going through this quicker, right? Like you guys don't need 20 seconds of just an airplane ride, right? You need the gist of it, but yeah, so I'm going to keep tweaking that here. I almost want like something to happen on that beat drop, that first one. Bang, right? Or I just move this and just do, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start it there. So then we're going to have to clean this up a little bit. So it's right away. Boom. Then we're going to move to the next one. That beat drop is right there. So that's where like I want the whole takeoff process to kind of go to. So we're going to speed this up even more, I think. Actually, that spot. So that's where I want this to be at. So let's try fast. I'm going to try 8 times. Yeah, I like that a lot. And it's a good speed. So I kind of want to just get the takeoff though. So I even kind of like how it kind of makes that noise, and then we have that shimmer of this in the background too. So listen for this. See, it's like that. So it's like, that's kind of like what I'm thinking. I don't know. That's maybe a little bit much. So that's where I want that to hit. So I want it to go a little bit further. So that's kind of cool. And then we'll clip this right about there. So this is how the sequence is looking so far, which I like. So I almost wanted to go right there is when the beat drops, so I'll cut that. So I'm listening now for when that happens. So I almost want this to go a little bit there. Yeah, so we almost got it. We're getting there. There it is. So you can hear that, like right here. See how that starts that noise, and then this kind of like light comes down that? I think that's kind of cool. So good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, so good. That's like the first 3 shots here. You can see how long this is taking. And feel free to fast forward this at any point, guys, if you're learning or not learning. But I'm putting this sequence together here. We'll see how long this lasts. And then once I put this together, we'll get into some more of the actual vlog stuff. And yeah, this might be split into a few different clips or one big long clip. But let's go ahead and finish this while we can. So here's a cool shot. So I'm trying to think about what part of the song, as I'm listening to it there, do I want to stop and then go into the vlog? And I'm thinking right around here. Boom, like right there, right? So then I can get rid of the rest of the song, but now I know how long. It's about 30-second introduction, right? So now I have this long to work with, you know, the rest of the clip to tell the story. And now I know, and this is important to share with you too, I know that in this, I've already edited a little bit of this, but there's a part here, if I go all the way down to the bottom, I think, where I have a lot of this edited. Actually, it might be in this other folder. But the point is I know that like the first time I'm talking, something like this, I'm like, hey guys, what's up? I'm in Miami. So my goal is to get you to Miami, right? And then it's going to go boom. And you'll see that here as I keep creating it. But let's keep moving on here. So here's more of these clips. Let's see how this goes. So we're gonna have to cut this again here. So now I want to put like, we're going to Miami. So that's kind of cool, like, because it flips to, I could get rid of the sound here. And I don't mind actually having a little bit of the wing sound here. And I can even have it in this. So if I wanted to, you know, play with the sound, there's a little sound bar here. Okay, so you can increase the volume. So let's see how that sounds. Actually, I don't like it. So you can see it's like I like it, don't like it. So that actually like works really well. So right there we're building up to something, right? Where it's like boom. So now we're going to do the landing. Now I want to actually, you can see that this clip here, like that actually turns right on the beat, which is great. So I want to stabilize this clip though. So I want to click on this. And I'll get rid of the sound here for a second. And then I want to double click on this for a second, click back here. Okay, and then I want to click on stabilization. So when I click on this, it's going to analyze for the dominant motion, and then it's going to kind of stabilize it. So watch now, it should be a little bit smoother. See how it's a little bit smoother? Perfect. So it's going to be as smooth as it's going to be, guys. It's not going to be perfect, and don't worry about your vlogs and stuff, like if everything is not super perfect. So anyways, let's keep keep moving on here with this. Now we're landing, right? So here we are landing in Miami, right? So that's the kind of clip that I want to show. So we're going to go out, grab this. Turn the music back on. So we're going to go there. Turn that down. Let's go ahead now and speed this up. Okay, so that actually works pretty good. Just watch it back. So then that's going to be there. To move this back a hair. And now that we've landed, right, like I'm going to go ahead and put this clip on there. Okay, so like we'll do somewhere around here. We'll kind of clip that. So there, and then we'll get me walking at this point. So like I kind of like that part of the clip, so I'm gonna get rid of the rest of it. So then we'll clip this again, and then we'll get me like ducking under. And then now like we're gonna do a little bit coming into Miami, and I might tweak this around a little bit. Yeah, so that's coming back home. So let's go back to our events here, and then there's you know, some spots where it's like, you know, Miami, right? I think there's another sign here that I get. So it's the sequence is coming to an end, and I might just like get rid of this. Let's see. So yeah, I kind of just want to get rid of some of that. Yeah, I like that better. Those other two clips, like, it's not necessary, and I'd rather show more of Miami than me. So we'll stabilize this clip though, since it needs some stabilization. Hopefully this is making sense to you guys. And yeah, just kind of, you know, just you keep playing around, you keep tinkering, you kind of keep, you know, figuring out what works. And this is definitely kind of the creation process. And it takes I mean, now you guys know too, like how long it takes me to actually make these things, to do a really good job at it. Like I could just, again, just throw the other parts, just where it's like me vlogging, right? And just like go through this quick, but you know, I enjoy doing this and it looks cool. And it's just, you know, one day I want to look back at this as like a memory too. So, that's kind of my motivation for this. And, yeah, let's check it out. Let's keep going. So now, like, okay, what screams like the next part, right? So this is like us leaving the, you know, the airport. So we got some clips there. But I'd rather do like this one here where it's like coming to Miami. Like that's kind of cool. So we'll cut it there. So I don't like how it jerks there. Like, I guess not the greatest. Like it's hard because I was filming this in the car, so. But like once you see Miami, it's like, okay, now I want to start seeing Miami. So what do you think of Miami? You kind of think of this, right? Like that's what you kind of think of in my mind, right? So that's what I want to start showing people. Like this is a great shot too, right? So Miami, it's like, you know, maybe some like a water shot. So we'll do like this one maybe. Again, this was so hard because I was in the car. It's bouncing around. It's not the greatest. This is way better. Like I like this. Let me see. There's a certain part though. So I like right around there. So then grab some water. Like that's kind of a cool trend. Like it's going there. So that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. So we'll get it in between. So we'll go there. Okay, so we're coming to the end of this first little clip here, and let's go ahead and watch this again. So I'm gonna clip it there. Boom. So then that'll be the sequence done. Now this is going to be now the whole sequence and the whole like 30 seconds here. So let's go ahead and watch it and just kind of see how it looks. I like it. We're gonna add in some transitions here at some point, but for right now, I like it because here's the next part, right? So this is where I've already added in a clip here, but if this is what it's going to start with next, okay? So we're gonna just scroll this. It's gonna go from here to.
All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to Miami. This vlog might be a little bit longer than some of the other ones.
So you can kind of see now. It's taking a little bit of time for it to render here. Rendering means that it's gonna like take some time, as you can see in the corner here, to kind of get this clip to process, because it's a little choppy. It's choppy because Final Cut is working with a bunch of different clips here, and then this one's in 4K, so it's just a very big high file that it's working with, like meaning like there's just a lot of information that's being picked up. So it takes it a little bit to kind of get to it. But that's kind of how I make my vlogs. And without going through the rest of this, because this is going to take me a few hours, and I don't think you guys want to watch me watch a few hours here. I'm going to keep recording, though, just in case there's some things that come up that I think are important. And then you'll see the whole thing at the end of this. So I think that'll be cool for you guys to see the whole thing. But that's like a lot of the process here. And again, so like if I clip it here, this is what the whole like 30 seconds will look like in total. So let's start it from just here.
What's up? Welcome to Miami. This vlog might be a little bit longer than some of the other ones. We're about to go check into the hotel, so let's check out what we got in store for the next couple of days.
Boom. Right? So you can see now what I was thinking about. I'll turn the music off here with this clip. Right? This first 30 seconds, it's like, okay, we're here, and then we're in Miami, and then, hey, we're in Miami. Let's check into the hotel. Boom, we're going to check into the hotel. And I have a whole, again, there's, the bed sequence and like all that kind of, stuff. Okay, so I decided to record some more of this here for you guys because there's some more stuff that I wanted to share with you. Now I've built in the vlog part of this, right? So let me share with you everything that I have built up to this point. Remember, this is where we're finishing our last little bit here, and then we actually get into the vlog part. So let me share with you everything here by watching this together.
What's up? Welcome to Miami.
Okay, so I like the little intro trailer too, just kind of like vlog number 8. That way you guys know what it is, and I kind of been using that for a while, the one with me in the pool. So that's kind of our little intro, and now here we are in Miami.
This vlog might be a little bit longer than some of the other ones. We're about to go check into the hotel, so let's check out what we got in store for the next couple of days. Alright guys, so we have made it. I'm a little bit quieter here, but let's go check out our oceanfront room. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. And walk in, come take a look. So, pretty standard room overall, but very nice. Got the king size bed here. Awesome. And then, my favorite part. Come check this out. That's right, the ocean, right out here. Just absolutely loving the balcony. Amazing, it wraps around. But guys, to wake up and, oh, there's the sun. To wake up every day, the next 3 days here, to this view. Absolutely incredible. So, let's hit the cinema, because now you can't see my face anyway.
Okay, so now we're on to our next part of the more cinematic kind of stuff. But you can see how I'm breaking up. We have in the beginning here the cinematics, right? So it's more like I'm not talking, but it's kind of like showing what it's about. And then I go into about a minute of talking and showing, right? So it's kind of like, here's where I'm staying. Here's, the oceanfront view. Here's what that looks like, right? And I was able to add in some cinematics there to make it look a little bit better. And now it's like time to transition to the next part, which is I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to build this out for you, but you know, like here's a great example. Like here we go, right onto the beach, right? Because this is where I've stayed. So I have a lot of beach footage. Okay, so yeah, I wish there was somebody following me around with the camera to show you how I'm able to actually get all of this footage. But basically, I just use my camera and just, you know, shoot a bunch of stuff. So now you have to like sift through and kind of find like which stuff you want to include and why you want to include it. Yeah, it's quite a process. So I'm going to now continue on with that creation process. It's going to take me quite some time. I got to find a song, a couple other things here, but I'm excited to put it together for you guys and just wanted to share with you kind of the process here as we move on. So you're going to see in the next part of this video now kind of that process where I go through all that, and yeah, let's do it.